Since
all right, so
hold on. Since in our stream you were sitting here scoffing at Spider-Man being potentially
so you're
game of the
do
year.
an intro?
No, we're gonna do the intro. We're gonna do the intro. I want to know what you think game of the year is this year.
Huh?
What's game of the year this year?
Monster Hunter World.
Bad. No. Not even close.
No, man.
You're just bad at the game.
I don't
Not even
know.
close.
Hold on, wait. I can't. No, stop, man. Really? You gonna female dog this? No.
Bad use of that.
I know. Nah, that's some female dog stuff right there, okay? Better.
That was better.
So, like, that game, okay, so here's the thing. I get that, like, it's immersive. I get that, like, all this other kind of stuff's going on. Bro, the fighting is garbage.
Well,
When you are fighting the monster, all that happens is you're, like, swinging it. And as long as it's touching the monster in some way, some shape, some form, there's some gradual health that goes down. With the graphics that you have for everything else that is that game, that is a huge flaw to me.
but okay, how do you say that's game of the year? My problem with Monster Hunter was that it fell short on its promise. It was they made it seem like it was going to be this never-ending monster hunting experience with your friends or whatever.
Did you beat it?
Did I beat it?
Yeah.
No, not you. Did you beat it?
Well, like, you can't beat a game that constantly gets
Updates and
expansions and
expansions
updates
or whatever.
and stuff.
But
Test.
I wanted to go on every mission with my friends. I wanted to, get better gear or whatever and improve. I thought it was a true MMO. If I didn't want a true MMO, I might as well play Destiny.
No, it was never an
no.
one.
No.
Oh,
I'm still cooking. You can go.
What you cooking?
Her noodles.
Oh,
You know? Alright, so my question is, what y'all think about Xbox buying Obsidian Entertainment?
Hold on.
I want to talk about Game of the Year.
I want to go back to game of the year.
Oh, Game of the Year, okay.
Well,
so what do you think is Game of the Year?
Okay, all year long, the game that gave me like the chills, game that gave me hypeness was God of War. God of War, what's between God of War and Spider-Man? Those are really, really good games.
It could win like best RPG, but best like Game of the Year.
No,
that's not even an
God of
RPG.
War. God of War.
It is an RPG.
No,
It's a
God of
role-playing
War.
game.
No, God of War could probably win best RPG, but as far as like growth and development, no, bro. You just like the story of God of War. The mechanics aren't all there.
The story, yes.
And when we say RPG,
bro,
are we saying like Final Fantasy
mechanics-
RPG, or are we saying just...
No, but like the mechanics
It's a
of God of War
role-playing
are
game.
truly not all there.
That's
And
all
if
it
you
is.
say they are, I can argue like 10 different ways from Sunday on how they're not all there.
The
Even
reason-
in the first scene.
What's the one?
Okay, so the reason why I say the mechanics are not all there is because the true directional control, you don't actually have true directional control. When you compare it to a game like Spider-Man, when you're going directly at a building and you slightly move the controller left, you move slightly left, or if you veer right or left really fast, then you will veer right or left really quickly. Like the movement is almost in sync with your movement on the controller. That's what helps you with web swinging. That's how come web swinging was so great in the game. Whereas in God of War, when you are fighting and just taking the first scene, when you're fighting those like little demons that come out of nowhere, Draugrs, and I started playing it on God of War mode. Okay, so I start playing games. Okay,
the hardest.
So I go out there. I kept dying over and over again. You want to know why? Because I'm trying to do hit, turn around, and in the middle of a turn, I like switch my swivel stick super fast, and he moving like a jalopy. Okay? Do you know what a jalopy is?
No.
It's an old beat up car.
Darn straight.
So there was a button to do that. You just click the right stick.
Okay.
Wait, so why am I clicking? So you tell me I can click a right stick instead of moving around in the direction D-pad like that actually moves my character?
Yes.
So, I honestly don't know what's the Game of the Year, but you know how I know
That
God of War
no,
wasn't?
that's sad. All that tells me is they knew their mechanics were not all the way built together, and they still released the game, and they just decided to make it.
What do you think? Game of the year.
Well, I know God of War wasn't, because
also
as soon as it came out, nobody talked about it. What I do think, do think Spider-Man could be a main contender. It was not supposed to be what it was. It wasn't supposed to be this big hit. We wasn't expecting another Spider-Man game to come and surprise us and give us a brand new game.
All the feels.
All the feels. Don't get me wrong. I still don't think no game captured what my audience and was me. I'm coming from. I like shooting games. I like MMOs. I like that, and that's what I was looking for this year, but I didn't get that. But I do think Spider-Man was, to me, that kind of out of the blue, nowhere game that people are still talking about.
So Trent, if not Monster Hunter, what game?
Oh well, you didn't give me a chance to defend the game.
Fine, defend it. Let's go.
Okay, defend.
Okay, first off, it's not an MMO. It is just a 4 versus monster at most game. It's a very challenging game and very discouraging to newcomers because it has a lot of punishing mechanics when it comes to trying to capture or hunt specific monsters. You have to know their attack patterns, and even if you have some of the best gear in the game, you can get smacked around like a ragdoll if you don't have any strategy. If you're just pressing buttons, you're gonna lose.
This comes from the same dude who built an encyclopedia back in middle school for Monster Hunter.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was like it had attack patterns. Like they're gonna go this far from this. I commend you on that. That was absolutely.
That's dedication.
The thing is,
I played it a lot.
huh?
I played it a lot.
So you're a fan of Monster Hunter, though?
He taught other people in our school how to play the game. He said they started calling him the god of Monster Hunter. I was still like, you got fans?
What, fans of Monster Hunter?
No, fans of him.
Fans of him. Playing Monster Hunter.
Playing Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Even people from other schools were reading his book. The one copy of his book.
Okay, I get you that it's
That's
not
true.
an MMO, but it reminded me of that game. I don't know the title, but there was
Lost
a game.
Planet?
No, it was a game that came out recently. I think it was this year or last year, where, I beat a monster, and then y'all have to come and defend me as I try to kill y'all.
What?
Yeah.
What game is that?
It was some type of chase game. It was a monster game. Like I was a monster, and then y'all. I think it came out.
Evolve.
Evolve, I think.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
where you're on certain team, like this team is
It's
monster team and this team.
No.
Yeah, one person is the monster.
He's a monster. We're all trying to kill him.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of as far as Monster Hunter. And I was expecting it to be more of an MMO format.
Evolve just fell short because they didn't get a lot of right updates from developer patches, and there wasn't a big following for the game to begin with. Monster Hunter, on the other hand, is a way bigger following.
Yeah, it has a massive following.
Okay.
It has a massive following, but being that it's so discouraging to newcomers, I think that eliminates it from Game of the Year because you have a finite audience.
I don't know.
Not really.
I'm not gonna say that your audience.
In this game than it has.
I'm not gonna say your audience eliminates you.
Sold more copies in the game than what?
It sold more copies with this particular title than any other Monster Hunter title.
Oh,
They've added a lot of quality of life mechanics in the game that allow you to gain things easy. How many what?
How many copies did this game sell? How many copies did the world sell?
I don't know the number, but I know it's many millions.
But
Siri does.
But my question is not how much you sell. My question is who's still playing it. That's to me.
There are a lot of people still playing it.
Still playing it. In fact, they recently got its PC port that a lot of people are playing as well.
You know, game's not gonna get Game of the Year.
What?
It never will get Game of the Year.
What?
Destiny.
It never should.
No, because the game's trash.
It is. I spent
It's trash.
$40.
Why play Destiny when you have Warframe?
I spent $40 on Forsaken.
It's trash.
I wasted my money. I'm like I should.
I feel bad for you.
Yes, I feel bad for me. That was like a birthday gift to me. I'm like, let me get the new expansion.
Okay, so
Granted, it was cool. Like for 2 hours, I was hyped as hell. I was just like, yeah, let's go get Aldrin. Then it makes you do like 7 bounties.
And then you know what you realized?
It's a grind.
It was a female dog game.
So I know you're not. I know we're still having trouble determining what's the game of the year for this year. But okay, is there any game of the years of next year that you're anticipating, or any game?
2019?
Yeah, 2019.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold up.
Water game gonna come out in 2019.
I think it comes out 2020.
No, there's
So
still
that'd be
another
one of the
game
difference.
that might be pretty good.
Yes.
Which one?
Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, that's
Smash Bros. Is coming out too.
Smash Brothers
That's
is
not
not
game
good.
of the year, brother.
It might.
It's not.
Okay, no, it's not. It's the same game over and over again. We've already discussed this.
We've already gone down this road.
Yeah.
I honestly think Fallout will be.
You know what y'all
surprise.
Red Dead.
76.
No.
A Red Dead, that might be.
Red Dead might get game of the year.
Not game of the year.
Bro.
Man, wasn't there
You
another
wanna know
game?
what the top 5 were?
Isn't like, what year did Mario Odyssey?
Last year.
Oh, okay, last year.
The top 5 games
Zelda beat everything last year.
Yeah.
that are in the competition for Game of the Year: Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War,
That's gonna be close.
Monster Hunter,
World.
yes, and then Fallout 76.
See? All the games we just named.
but to me that's not
Oh.
fair, because I'm like, how can you?
Wait.
Those games just came out, so I'm like, how can you put that in
Monster
that
Hunter
list
is
right
on
now?
your own one, and then you go out
Highly
and you
anticipated,
team up with others,
and
and then
we've
you
seen a
if
lot
you
of
beat
gameplay.
it,
Yeah, it's
from
highly
E3.
anticipated, but it came out at the last of the month. Like, can it really be
No,
included?
Red Dead, no. So Red Dead Redemption 2, honestly, is probably gonna be the one that people vote for. And honestly, the reason why is because one, it had the hype of the first one.
True.
Two, it is actually a really graphic intense game.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen,
People
the
say it's
story,
too
it's really
immersive though.
Can it be too immersive?
good. Stop it.
Right.
Don't you
I'm
want
saying,
to be immersed
people
in the
say
game?
it's too immersive. Only because like if I'm trudging through snow, I'm literally trudging through snow.
Yeah.
That's the times back then. Like,
No, hold on. But
you're
no,
playing Red Dead.
no, if it's hard to go through the snow, it should be hard to
It
go through the
should.
snow. Get yourself some snow boots, okay?
Well, I
A
mean,
little bit faster. You're trying to tell me that there's a problem in a game because they made it too real?
They
They made it too real for you?
Okay.
Stop playing games.
Stop playing
If
games.
you can't handle the game, get off the game.
I mean, you play that game to relive being like that cowboy experience. So
Man, I'm not even worried about the cowboy experience. I still
It ain't work.
I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. Disclaimer, I still think Spider-Man should win it. The reason why I don't think it may is because Spider-Man is exclusively for PS4, so it is harder for games that are exclusively to consoles for them to win in
Zelda.
the day and age that we live now.
Zelda won last year.
Yeah, but it's Zelda, bro.
I mean, that's
Zelda,
been
bro.
forever.
Zelda has tons of fans. Tons
Zelda
of
has
following.
Zelda literally has a following that's so huge that people will literally go out tomorrow
But-
and buy a console,
and then-
which you know for a fact people did buy a console just to play that game.
And then
I worked
name
in the
a
Netherlands for
Zelda
Switch.
game that doesn't take hours upon hours upon hours to finish.
One sec. I want to say I worked the midnight release for the Switch. After we ran out of Switches, people were like, "Oh, y'all ain't got the Switch? Well, can I at least buy Zelda then?" I was like,
You don't even have the console.
You don't have the console." I was like, "No, that's fine. I'll get the console later. I want to buy Zelda right now though." I
Yep.
was like, so you're just gonna buy it and I'll look at it?
Yeah.
And it's
I'm
like,
gonna look at it.
yes.
The only
Yes.
other game I will say has that kind of pull is Halo, and the only reason I say that is because I bought an Xbox.
Oh, I would buy it.
Yeah.
A second. If they did another Halo,
Don't get me wrong.
Don't
Don't get me wrong. I probably wouldn't, because the thing is, I had a lot of high hopes for that Halo, and it
but that's because to you, we all know the greatest Halo of all time is the original. Yes, we
it
know.
is.
Yes.
It is. Don't get me
You
wrong.
can't
People
even
say
disagree.
I can't
It's
people,
like
it
you're
is.
right.
No, it is.
Even
Like
though
people
you're
can
right.
say like the pistols are OP and they wish the pistols weren't OP, but you literally went from pistols being 2 hits, as they should be because they actually had a scope, so you could see them in the head, so you could shoot people, to now you gotta shoot people like 16 times with a pistol. Come on now. Come on, son.
Speaking of wasting
Come
money.
on, son.
The what?
Speaking of wasting money, do you feel bad for it?
For what? For second?
No, Dragon Ball Z, bro.
What's Dragon Ball? Oh, what's Dragon Ball Z?
There's another Dragon Ball Z game coming out.
It is.
Not you. After investing in Xenoverse, after investing in Fighter Z, and I know you think you're the best.
I
Now,
don't think I'm the best.
now Jump Force.
Oh, that's not a straight Dragon Ball Z
That's not
game.
straight Dragon Ball Z. It has like
That's its own thing.
That's the jump. No, that's the continuation from the other jump game.
Really, because
Sure.
all they're showing is Dragon Ball Z characters. They
No,
said,
they're not. Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, One Piece,
They're all in
Naruto, Like they're showing all those characters.
Yeah, it's the same.
And yes, I'm actually quite excited for that
only
game.
trailer that I saw was for Dragon Ball Z.
Are you excited?
I do see the environments, the 3D environments, and whatever looks
He doesn't
good.
look excited.
He excited. He was tired.
Wait, there was another jump game like this? Like this?
Oh yeah, you talk about Jump All Stars. Is that trash game?
That was trash. That was
That was trash. Did you see this?
I bought it and returned it the same day. So I bought it, installed it. I'm like, oh no.
I played it and I was actually saying Sebastian complained from me, but my brother made me trade it in. And I was like,
dude. The only game that pissed me off that easily, that fast.
The only reason I was pissed off is because I finally thought I was gonna get to play as Kuroko no basketball, and Kuroko is just a side character.
Done. My Hero Wants Justice pissed me off. That was a waste of my time and money.
I don't. But why was you so disappointed? It's their first game. First game.
I had high hopes. I'm like, okay, so.
No, but like your problem was So here's the thing.
Game?
They announced the game like 2 years ago. That means they were working off 2 years ago stats.
And we would never
you should have had
like,
that in mind whenever you purchased the game. That it's not now. It's 2 years ago.
Until
so you're like thinking, oh, he's gonna have this cool costume. Nope. He's gonna have this cool ability. No. 2 years ago, man.
Dude, so
Chill.
I should have known someone was up. When I went to Warehouse and I see only my name on the pre-order list for My Hero.
But Naruto was the same way.
Was it?
Yes, the first,
Hold on.
very first.
You know what I really want to point out? You want to know what I really point out that upsets me? And maybe somewhere out there, maybe somebody will understand. Soul Calibur, okay? Great game. All right, nobody. Don't get me wrong. Oh, you know what? We didn't even talk about Soul Calibur being the game of the year, probably because it's not gonna happen.
Fighting games?
Don't get me wrong. I know, but it was great. Anyway, here's my thing. This is what upset me, and this is what got me.
Okay.
So I bought the collector's edition.
Boy, really?
Okay. And the thing is, don't get me wrong. I probably should have paid more attention to the release paperwork.
I know where you're going with this.
But I bought the collector's edition. Why? Because the collector's edition should do what? It's for collecting, so it should have what?
That season pass.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
It should have everything. So. Lo and behold, there's 2 other editions. Of course, there's the standard edition, and then there's the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition has the steel book, which you'll find the steel book inside the collector's edition.
Okay.
The deluxe edition has the sound disc, which you'll find the sound disc in the collector's edition. But the deluxe edition comes with the season pass. So for the collector's edition, by the way, in the United States, did not come with a season pass.
But you know what? They figured in the US, y'all so focused on the statue that y'all don't need the season pass.
But you know what? I could have moved to England. And you know what I would have gotten in England?
You have to move. You can just import it.
No, you know what I would have gotten in England? No, I'm not. This import, export stuff, that's where they get you, okay? Taxes and tariffs and all this. Not worried about that.
How many times you import something?
Could have moved to England. And you know what? If I was in England, I would have got the season pass. I would have got it all. It wouldn't have been a problem.
How many times do you import something?
Not so much anymore. We're broke.
No, I'm talking about when we were in high school and you had a PSP and you're like, this game ain't gonna come out in America. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. I was looking forward to that game. He was like, oh, I'm still gonna get it. I'm like,
you did that?
He did that.
You did that?
Yeah, I just buy it from Japan on Play Asia.
But you couldn't read any of the subtitles or anything like that in the menu.
He played a full game in Japanese. And he's like, bro, it was amazing. That story was amazing. Like,
you understand Japanese?
How?
You understand Japanese, or did you look it up?
During the time, no. I just, since I already knew how the menu and items worked in the previous game,
wait, hold on.
It was Monster Hunter.
Hang on, you say menu.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wait, you're saying then you didn't. You told me you know Japanese now?
No, not so much. I stopped trying to learn it for.
Wait, so he was learning it?
I think it was between 2013 and 2014. I was trying to learn.
So back then, when he was in his prime, he could recognize the words without knowing the words. He knew the words before they would come.
Hit us with some Japanese.
No.
See, that's how you say no in Japanese.
I want to know baka.
Hey, do you know when you're acting like a female dog? Right there.
Wow, really? Okay.
Okay, we're moving on.
Hey, I just gotta bring up that as many times as I possibly can because I think it's pretty funny.
So, Ty, are you playing any games lately? Are you doing any gaming or even mobile gaming?
I would probably just say I still play Pokemon. Just have to say.
Are you excited for a Pokemon Let's Go Eevee? Or Pikachu?
Hold up. Quick census. Pikachu or Eevee?
You already know. Eevee, because I have to counter him, because we got to trade.
Trent. Neither. Which one?
What you?
I know good one ain't gonna buy the game.
What? I don't. Do you know about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu?
I've heard about Pikachu, not Eevee. So now I know.
Letting you know, I'm getting Eevee.
Well, I don't know why you're getting Eevee.
Because I have so many more options to see evolve to, rather than I'm Pikachu. Then I get a Raichu.
Wait, so you know? So you know? Wait, we already know Eevee's gonna be in Pikachu.
Hang on, but here's the thing though. You already know that Pikachu don't evolve. What you talking about?
Pikachu does evolve.
Pikachu does not.
Ash is a dumbass who doesn't want to evolve.
No, they already had this thing.
Wait, let me say something about that. There was an episode.
Oh, whoa.
Episode
about the whole do you want to transition or not? And they both came together and was like, no, I'm gonna be who I am
right there.
just because I'm me. And that's just how it is.
And he beat the Raichu.
He did.
Like nothing. He was like,
that wasn't like nothing.
Yeah, he was like, do your Thunderbolt. Pikachu's like, okay. Pikachu! And I'm just saying, shut him down.
Because the first time he lost, and then he had to
his ass kicked.
No, because
it was horrible.
Because Ash didn't believe in Pikachu. He was like, oh, you're not evolved. You're never going to win. Then when they reconnected and got in sync, that's what that episode was all about.
You know what I call that?
What's up?
Plot armor.
Plot armor. Okay, really? No.
That's plot armor.
Okay.
Dude, no. I'm done with this whole plot armor. If people say plot armor, just go eliminate it from your vocabulary. Eliminate it. The definition of plot armor is that, let's take the word plot.
Break it up.
A story. It's a story substance. That's plot. Armor. Protection.
Okay.
So you are telling me that a story that has substance is protected.
Yes.
And you're telling me that is an excuse.
For life? Yes. How many times did Goku die?
I'm sorry.
Goku died.
No.
Yes.
No plot.
We'll talk about that in a moment. But what I'm trying to say is, you using that word makes no sense because you're telling me a story that has substance. Well, it's like, of course Harry didn't die at the end of Harry Potter because he disarmed Malfoy with Expelliarmus, and the entire rule of Wizarding Worlds that we found out in the very first book stated that when you disarm a wizard, you have control of their wand. That's plot armor. But it's a great, you're telling me anything that has a great story has plot armor.
No.
So anything that does what it's supposed to do.
I'm not saying
is plot armor.
So what are you saying?
What are you saying?
Time out. I'm saying Pikachu had to beat Raichu.
No, he didn't have to.
He didn't have to beat Raichu. He could have got his butt kicked over and over and over again.
Question.
And Ash could have been like, yo, bro.
Wait. Ash has failed, as we see.
Ash has failed many times.
Yes.
Did not catch all the Pokemon.
How many times do you actually get a gym badge but still lost at the gym?
Oh, that's happened.
Every single time.
No,
Plot armor.
No, that's happened.
Exactly. That's plot armor.
That's not plot armor.
That's called determination and not giving up.
Jon Snow dying and coming back to life. You call it plot armor?
That's not plot armor. Spoiler. Anyway, as far as Pokemon, first of all, no. First of all, you gotta remember what the badges are actually about. They're not about if you beat all the Pokemon. The badges all represent.
Let them know.
Do you emphasize
Say those
the
words.
spirit of the badges?
Speak.
So Thunder is all about
Thunder.
It's pretty much about overcoming that. You can't be paralyzed. You're gonna keep going. You have to. You're not water, whatever. You gotta be the energy.
Philosophy.
Rock. sturdy. You have to have the will. That's why Brock.
Hold up, time out.
Let's not.
Let's go to the games.
Okay, I'm just saying.
If you lose to the gym leader in the game, do you get a badge?
No, but you can't emphasize the true meaning of that.
Wait. So what you're telling me is every game is just is completely like the show that you watch?
Most, like some are. Pokemon is.
No.
They're the same types. The same Pokemon.
No. Pokemon.
No. Because by that logic, you know what? Everyone could only have only one person can have Mew. Only one person could have Zapdos. Only one person could have Articuno. Only one person.
That's different.
Could have only one person could have Lugia. I'm sorry. No, that's what you just said. It's exactly
not.
No, by that logic,
hey,
only have one. By that logic, Charizard.
That's my backup. Get in there.
What?
Nigga, back me up.
I mean,
all I'm saying is, Ash shows plot armor.
Look, man. All I'm saying is your argument right now.
Plot armor is a real thing.
Your argument right now. Look, man. I'm just gonna say this. Your argument right now is like a condom with holes in it.
Stop this.
It just leads to someone getting pregnant.
Those words exactly. Someone is not pregnant because of you. Thank you.
Okay. I don't care. Like, let's go with Uncharted. Nathan Drake. One of his stats.
Greatest games of all time.
Time out.
I can't wait for a movie.
Is called Luck. Which it.
Okay, stop.
Time out. When you fall out of a fucking aircraft and with no parachute, somehow live. That is called plot armor.
Disclaimer.
First of all, that has happened in real life.
That's not plot armor. And the second disclaimer, that's only like the last Uncharted.
That was the third one.
Yes, I know.
There's four.
There's four, but four was this amazing.
Some of those people should not.
Four was like a movie. Okay. 4 was not a game. That was a movie.
I haven't played it yet. Anyway, I got around to it.
And you dare bring Uncharted.
Once again, I played the first 3.
Hang on, but here's the thing. You're telling me that that's plot armor, but there's actual real life stories in which people have fallen out of planes without a parachute and survived, and some people have even come out unscathed.
Oh my god.
Well, let's
plot armor exists.
Yeah.
It's called a good story. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
Plot armor does exist. I'm not saying. But why are you mad about it?
But like,
you're saying that somebody took time.
But you're like, hang on, no, but you're like using it in a negative way, like, haha. That's oh, by the way. Hey, by the way.
That's only possible because plot armor.
Hey, by the way, the only reason you thought that was good was because of plot armor.
No, I'm not saying the only reason it was good is because of plot armor. The only reason he got out of that situation was because he was plot armor.
There's we just defined it. Hang on, we're going to go back to the definition.
So they pretty much set up the story.
Substance to a story. Protection with substance to a story. Protection with substance to a story. So with substance,
which I don't know why we're going on about a story about Pikachu. I honestly,
that's
Pikachu's like the weakest Pokemon in all, and we talking about Pokemon, but whatever. But I was just saying, at the end of the day, you can't be mad about Prado.
I'm not mad.
They're saying that Ash's Pikachu is the best. Okay, just only Ash.
Because the relationship he has with Pikachu.
So, no, not just that, but like the thing that you have to realize is, Pokemon are like human beings. They have individual qualities. Okay?
Let's go ahead and move on. Like only because there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Okay.
Godspeed.
Did y'all ever play that?
Wait. How about you gonna talk to him about Godspeed?
Because we're the Flash Watch. It's time we had this conversation.
But
it's also time I talked to him about this.
I know more about the Flash than everybody here, but whatever. Sir, go ahead.
What?
Until you read the Flash War, you can't talk on this subject. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Let's.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, you haven't said nothing. You just say Godspeed.
Well, I just want to get your thoughts on Godspeed. I thought Godspeed was an absolutely amazing character.
Yeah. I feel like me personally, I feel like.
Are you talking about in the show or are you talking about in general?
Are you talking about a comic book show?
They didn't put him in any show.
No,
I'm talking about the comics.
As far as comics, I felt like he was overrated, and I felt like they tried to make substance out of.
Look, man, my only comment towards all this, and the only thing that pisses me off, is You take Flash, and then his tagline is the fastest man alive. Bro, and I said the same thing to him. If you're the fastest man alive, bro, you pissing me off every single time you introduce another character that is so much faster.
Wait,
it's not even like you're introduced in the beginning, like of the career. It's not like, oh, by the way, you just got your powers. By the way, there's that guy over there and he's faster. It's like, hey, by the way, you've been a speedster for like 25 years. Let me introduce a brand new character who's faster than you. Ha ha. Well, catch up.
First of all,
what's up, bro? The reason why are you even considered to be slower at this point? They should be like, my bad. I've actually only been using 25% of my speed. No, why are you working at it?
the reason why I have no respect for Godspeed is number one, Godspeed is nothing but a fake Reverse Flash. Yes, the only reason why
he said.
Only reason why Godspeed can get his powers is because he drains people's powers.
No, he had his powers. He drained it to get faster.
Exactly. You just proved my point.
Hold on. The thing is,
at the end of the day,
he created the second lightning storm. He caused the second lightning storm.
Dude, there's been multiple lightning storms. At the end of the day,
the one that gave him his powers. At the end of the day, he didn't choose that.
At the end of the day,
okay.
First of all, they already debate this. The fastest, the person that has the deepest connection with the Speed Force and that will ever have in the Flash War, they said it's Barry Allen.
So that goes back to my point.
Exactly. So then you have every speedster has their different stuff. The reason why Godspeed can be Godspeed is because he can drain people speed or whatever. Then you have Wally, who, you still underrate, Wally is 10 times better than Godspeed. He can literally stop time.
My favorite Wally, though, it's not even the Wally from the comic books, bro.
It's Wally from the TV shows?
Yeah, Wally from Injustice. Not Injustice.
No, Young Justice?
Oh, Young Justice.
He's talking about Young Justice.
Young Justice Wally. That Wally inspires my trust.
Oh, boy.
That Wally.
So, not only
that Wally is like, yo, Artemis, we doing this thing?
Stop this.
And Artemis was like, you funny. You know what he did?
He made it happen.
Not only that, you're forgetting
that. What that teaches me? Power of will is stronger than even speed.
Not only that, you're forgetting that. What does Godspeed relies off of?
Speed.
No, the negative speed. Who's the master of the negative speed force?
Who is the master?
Reverse Flash. Barry tried conquering negative speed force and it corrupted him. Reverse Flash, that's why you cannot get rid of, because as long as Barry is there, you will have the negative speed force, which is they pretty much keep hinting towards it that Reverse Flash is the negative speed force. So, not only that, the only villain that has...
I gotta ask this.
Real quick. The only villain... The only villain that has messed up Barry to a point that he was ready to give it up. He lost Iris, lost everything, is Reverse Flash. Godspeed hasn't done anything. Even this animated crap or this show or whatever.
He didn't do it yet.
But here's my question.
What's up?
So here's the thing. They keep dancing around, man. They like make up reasons every week. But yo, Reverse Flash, man, why are you so obsessed with Barry Allen, bro?
They already said
they keep saying stuff, but they keep like kind of changing it, kind of twisting it just a little bit. It's like you're on a dial and you're just like gradually changing it like $1 at a time.
Time out. Remember at work when we were like when you and me were debating the fastest speedster, and we looked it up, and who was the fastest speedster?
Barry Allen?
No. The Demon.
Oh no, you're right. Oh no,
Speed Force Demon.
No, that was my bad. I forgot my original argument because I was telling you that was the Speed Force Demon. Yes,
but that's the Speed Force Demon because he is the Speed Force.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. I completely.
But he has feet. Make him a speedster.
He does have feet. He does have feet.
Yes. Who's the fastest speedster? The Speed Force. Yes.
No, it's the Demon.
the Speed Demon that comes from the Speed Force. That's like saying.
Like who?
That's like, who's the most powerful Jedi?
Looks like who?
I can say Yoda right now because he's in the Force.
Wait, but that looks like who though? He looks like Reverse Flash.
No, he looks like Barry.
He looks like Barry. He looks like Barry. He has like Barry's like burnt costume.
Oh yeah.
And every single time. So here's the thing. And every single time, no matter how many times they restart the series, Barry always disappears at a certain time point. I'm just saying. Barry dies and becomes a demon.
Alright, Trent, you're talking for the next topic.
I mean, I was gonna add something when y'all was like done.
What's up?
What you got?
You gotta fight your way into their conversation.
You throw your hat in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, wear it.
You wear your hat?
I haven't read much DC, but like the last time I did was like Dark Side Wars, like maybe 2 years ago, and but I thought the fastest speedster probably was Death, because he was like inching up right behind Barry. All he had to do was touch him and kill him. But instead, Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern, got in the way to save his life. And then instead of her dying, the ring protected her, and then she got her own storyline later.
No,
but, yeah.
So he's in black suit, right? Burnt black suit.
Maybe yeah. Might be thinking about the same.
Yeah, we're talking about the same. Let's talk about the same character.
Okay. Yeah.
But later on, he's referred to as the demon of the Speed Force.
And can we? And that brings me. He said Jessica Cruz.
Don't you dare go where I think you're going.
No, can't that. The Flash show was so great until you said the son of Barry Allen is the daughter is the daughter of not actually Barry Allen. We all know that's the only time that Barry has ever had a child named that is when he got together with Jessica Cruz. Why do I want to relive the worst actions?
But here's the thing.
No, the TV show does what the TV show wants to do.
Exactly, and the TV show has completely deviated from the comics at this point.
Yes, and not in a good light as far as that. I mean,
no. Have you seen it?
The Flash TV show is one of the most fascinating.
I haven't.
No, but here's the thing: the way that they did it, it was creative. I'm gonna give it a pass. I want to see where they're going with it.
I do too.
It's too early to judge that, to be honest. But the way that they have introed it, the way they've given a backstory, even when they have little family time type thing that goes on, it's an interesting dynamic.
I feel bad for Iris, bro. For real,
bro. I mean, I think she says some stupid crap.
Okay, so your daughter comes back from the future.
It was hang on. It was she is simple. No, without trying to give away some spoilers.
Not too late. Spoiler alert.
Nah, hang on. Yeah. There's essentially this part where for instance, let's say I slapped the mess out of you, right? But I slapped the mess out of you in the future. Okay. All right. It's
you going back in time.
No, it's no. Here we go. One better. It's you have a kid. Okay. And then in the future, your wife slaps the spit out that kid, and she does it 5 years from now, and well, it's a bad example because it's you.
No,
but good job.
I got this. So here's what happens.
Mm-hmm. No, don't say no. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna come up with.
No, I'm not gonna do any spoilers. Mm-hmm. Let's say I shoot you. I shoot you in the leg.
Okay.
That's 5 years in the future. Mm-hmm. Then it's like 10 years later. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna go back in time. And it's you go back. You go back before I shoot you. You start talking to me. You're mad as hell at me because in the future I shoot you. Mm-hmm. So are you justified being mad at me? It's bro. What do you mean I shot you? I would never shoot you, man.
No. We're brothers. No, but that's not even the part that got me.
That's the thing. No, that's what you're talking about.
No. But this is the part that was truly messed up. So he shoots you in the leg, right? And 10 years, same analogy, right? He goes up, and after he finds out about that, he's tormented at first. Damn, I shot you. I can't believe I shot you. And then he comes back to you and he says, you know what?
I know where he's going.
I support me shooting you in the future.
That sounds freaking awesome. That sounds awesome.
Then you're sitting over here you think you were justified shooting me?
Yeah.
And you're yeah. I don't know what the circumstances are. I have no bearings on anything that I did. I'm sure there was a good reason.
First of all,
and then hang on. And then the worst part is you're real cool with Carrie, and Carrie comes up and he's like, can you believe this? Can you believe that they did that? And Carrie's just yes, I believe that. I have blind faith in that. If Corey shot you, that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to talk about Titans so I can hear anything about
We don't even know about Titans.
Wait, that was Flash.
That was Flash.
First Titans.
I'm not talking about Attack on
So you're talking about Titans that failed? You talking about the failed show?
Whoa, we don't even
know if it failed yet.
Nobody's seen it.
You call it Titans, bro.
No,
failure right there. You
My
call it
question
Titans.
is, what do you think might happen? Do you think it's a complete failure?
It's failure.
Here's why it's a failure.
I ain't paying for it.
Here's why it's a failure. You started off with.
Hold on, time out. I think Trent got something to say.
What's up?
What?
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Throw it in there.
Thoughts. I'm sorry. What is your name?
Trent.
I'm Tyler.
There you go. Nice to meet you.
Go ahead and throw it out there.
Why Titans may or may not be good?
No, because I thought you had some. You had some.
No,
bearing on
that's what
something.
I was talking about.
Fine, go ahead. Let's go.
Yeah. So like, too many people got their expectations way up here. So everyone was roasting the series as soon as they saw the first set of pictures. Most people are gonna not give it the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, it's $100 benefit.
Well, me, it wasn't about. I didn't care if it was trash or not. My main problems with
what?
Yes, my main problems is you kept trying to jump the line. You don't know if you want to be Teen Titans or Titans. When you say Titans, there's a big difference. When you say Nightwing, because you said.
Well, Nightwing.
And he said, in the little trailer that they showed, he said, I forgot what he said, like sidekick, no more. I'm not a nobody sidekick no more.
No, he said fuck Batman. That's what he said.
Batman. By you saying that means you don't have Teen Titans.
Side note, do we know where the name Nightwing came from?
Oh boy, come on. Anyway,
hey, no.
Are you the
do we know? No, do you know?
The Dark Knight.
The exact origin of Nightwing?
Yeah, no, like, do you know where the name Nightwing? Hey, wait, let him say.
It's inspired by Batman.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're actually wrong.
No.
What is it?
Although he got his mentorship and everything from Batman, he's got the name Nightwing from Superman.
Yep. There were two heroes on Superman's planet that he always talked about.
And pretty much Superman, Clark pretty much told him that you represent, this, one of these heroes or whatever. And
so all him saying fuck Batman is he's the point between the fallout of Batman when he's not Robin anymore, and he's like in that cusp of becoming Nightwing.
I mean, but again, that only happens
in the Titans.
Yeah. And Titans is made up of, again, the original sidekicks or the original, pretty much. So you have Kid Flash, which I would have been fine if you just added a Kid Flash, but not even that. You don't even have Aqualad. You don't have. Yeah,
that's because you got Young Justice season 3 that's supposed to be coming out at some time.
Because
okay, and again, so then you
hold up.
That's why.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that you could have added to the Titans team, just like saying Justice League wasn't a good movie to you just because it didn't have Martian Manhunter or something in it. I'm saying the roster is big on both teams.
No, but
you can't include everyone you want in the series.
The point is, of the people
I thought Justice
But that
League
movie
was
is
good.
bad. I'm sorry.
I thought it was good.
Hang on. I will. Out of this is what I'm gonna say. Justice League. I thought it was a nice step in the right direction.
It was a nice step.
I
just had two
I'm
problems
gonna say
with
it's a good movie. I say it was good movie.
I said it was good.
Time out. Titans.
Why do you think it's bad?
We think it's a bad show. Move on to Justice League. Because I want to talk about Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a good movie.
No, I thought
it was a good movie.
Hold on.
The only thing I hated was Flash.
Yes.
Core problem was
I
Flash.
actually enjoyed that.
What?
Oh, no.
Why?
The worst of the worst.
They made him.
I enjoyed it.
Flash, I didn't like. And how Superman just walked up
The rest of the whole movie's back.
It made Steppenwolf look like a female dog. Dude. Superman showed up.
No,
that's because it's straight up Superman.
No, correction. I have 3 problems with it. Number 1, Flash. I'm gonna get it. So Flash. I'm gonna start with Flash. Flash. No, he was not hilarious. Even if you want to claim that his humor was hilarious, it wasn't. You pretty much disrespected
No, but here's the thing that he should have done. No, in the huge scene. The scene where Batman and Wonder Woman getting into a fight, and then he just like goes, "I'm hungry." No, he goes, "I'm hungry," because it's a simple scene. All he had to do was run, go get some pizza, come back, and then start making eating noises. See, so much funnier. That is what Barry Allen would have done.
Even stuff like that would make no sense. And then my question, I have a question. You say you love Justice League.
Cool with it.
So my question is, in this version of Barry Allen, where did Barry Allen get all this money to get his suit?
He already said he didn't.
I don't
Okay.
Right.
Where did Barry Allen get all this money to get his suit?
He didn't like the
He said he liked Barry Allen.
Yeah, he said Barry Allen. Where did Barry Allen get all this money to get a suit, bro?
He stole
He stole it.
Barry Allen doesn't steal. Barry Allen doesn't steal.
He doesn't, but he's also
He
supposed
borrows.
to be working for the police, right?
He is working. Well,
No, at the end he works for them at the end.
in Injustice or
not in Justice
It might as well. No, it might as well have been Injustice. You're right. You know what? Everything's forgiven if this is Injustice. You know what? Then everything makes sense. But you know what I did like? You know what I did like about the movie?
What?
I liked the portrayal of Cyborg. I actually liked this Cyborg.
Cyborg was spitting poetry and he was deep as hell.
That's why I liked him because he literally was like he was a huge representation of the Cyborg that everybody loved from Teen Titans to cartoon.
So here's the quote from Cyborg that just made this.
Okay.
This made my day. He's like, if these are gifts, why am I the one who's paying for it? I was saying like,
no, not only that, but like the thing that got me is they were like, you could do so much. Why are you sitting up here caged up all by yourself? And his response was, do you know what it's like to continuously fight even when you sleep? Every day I wake up,
another
part of me is gone.
It's less human.
Yes. Yeah. He's like, it is me fighting against the machine. I was like,
back to number two.
Cyborg.
Cyborg is real.
Cyborg is real. None of my parts are not even gonna mention how bad the graphics was on Steppenwolf. I'm not even gonna mention that.
Time out. I don't even care. It's like he looks like a CGI person. Thanos looks like a CGI person.
Wait. There's a big difference from how he looked and how Steppenwolf looked. Steppenwolf looked like I'm playing a video game.
Look, man.
You got 4K graphics. We're gonna skip over that because I'm gonna give that a pass.
Just the pacing of the story is garbage.
Yes.
I can give you that.
Just the pacing of the story is garbage.
Well, so
it's my kolache, my donut. You got.
Then it's like
if you ask Carrie,
thank you.
What?
Superman was pretty garbage. I'm sorry. Look, I know you love Superman.
Whoa. You said Superman Steel?
No,
Superman and Justice League was pretty garbage.
Man of Steel was garbage.
The reason why Superman was garbage.
No.
Batman vs Superman was garbage. Man of Steel was garbage.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman was the hottest heap of garbage.
Yeah.
Bad trip.
Batman vs. The worst movie I've ever seen. The worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life is Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. And when I watched Batman vs Superman, the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Take that back. Is Jupiter's Ascending.
Yes.
And I had to correct myself. And when I saw Batman vs Superman, I started to turn my head two ways sideways and think to myself and say,
"You like Batman vs Superman, right?"
Was it?
Hold up. Let me give. I'm gonna give permission from the council. Let me give a quick speech. Man of Steel. I thought it was a very good movie. Why? Because it told you. I got it. Hold up. No, you ain't got me. Cause I ain't even made my point yet. I'm gonna give you background for my point.
Okay.
All your points are gonna be garbage. Let's go.
So, Man of Steel showed you the difficulties of being a Kryptonian and going to school. So, being a kid, where you can you know you have these powers, you can't use these powers.
This is Man of Steel?
That was a Man of Steel.
For 5 seconds?
No, that was not 5 seconds.
No,
he was going back and forth all the time. I've seen this movie quite a lot. Time out. I'm not done yet. I'm giving my speech.
I'll let you go.
This is a long speech, bro.
I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Whatever. I'm gonna skip forward
because I already have an argument against that. Go ahead.
Oh wow!
We have like 1 point.
So the power behind the Kryptonian punches. When the female Kryptonian grabs Superman
and go first because I know you don't.
Come on! It hit right there. It was a shockwave. with every single punch and every single kick thrown by all these Kryptonians.
Right, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you.
Fine, go ahead.
So, number one, I'm gonna go my 2 simple points, and I know he's gonna go deeper. Number one, on your little stuff, acting like those punches was actually good because all that looked like some Dragon Ball Z fighting, like because 2 forces of equal mass and they're not gonna.
Cool. All right, next.
Not next. It was a betrayal of everything Superman. When you're focused on the kid or whatever stuff, how did his father die?
What's that supposed to be tornadoes? Whatever. All right.
No, by that changes.
She texted me the first time today. That's what she said.
That
That's how open
changes.
our friendship is.
There's a camera on.
By that changes the whole meaning of Superman.
Okay, hold on.
Do you know how much his dad means?
That's how open our friendship is.
The camera can stay on. But can we just nigga it up now?
No. Anyway. No.
Let's just
Anyway.
nigga it up.
No.
This
Anyway.
say Fox.
Blake, no. So here we go.
Bleak, no.
So let me go ahead. I gotta break down 2 things for you. One, you know what? Man of Steel maybe wouldn't have been nearly as much trash if a show never existed, maybe called Smallville, that completely explained him experiencing all of those powers in a much better light in any one of the given episodes.
Back me up.
But also, the other thing I want to point out is you literally are taking this entire fight with Zod and basing it off his ability that he had these time periods to adapt. And then here's the funniest part. The part that you love so much where it explained his childhood. Zod literally figured it out in 15 minutes after his first fight and took that next 20 minutes to whoop up on Superman and punch him and create these craters. The story was literally trash and rushed. That's not what happens at all. He gets sent to the Phantom Zone and it takes him years in order to master the powers, not 15 minutes. But it's great that they took Superman's entire life and said, if he was actually a good Kryptonian, he would have been able to do that in like 20 minutes.
Hey, back me up.
I'll play your side.
No, stop. There's no way to play his side. You got me. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Get him.
You got something?
I mean, like.
He said get him.
Sick him, Trent. Sick him.
Get him.
Okay, so.
Come on, man, you make me look bad. Let's go.
He did bring up a good point because that was one of the problems with the film. It really was.
No, turn it. Here you go. I got you.
Right,
Girl.
go ahead.
Take me in.
Oh my god.
But Zod is an excellent military commander.
That's not my point. That was not my point.
Because you want to know, but you know what I'm going to combat with that? But
yes, Kal-El,
but Kal-El is literally, like, the Kal-El bloodline in Krypton, which, if you're watching the show on Sci-Fi, you're also realizing this as well, have been movers and shakers in all of the Kryptonian history.
But the Zod has trained in combat and even trained in other combat. So I can stop and say that.
Let me throw a wrench in my own thing.
So wait, you're gonna agree with us and just smash this room?
I'm not going to agree completely with you. That was a bad movie. I'm going to say one thing. When Fiora Ray got her helmet broken, and all her senses started going crazy, like one rocket and she was done. Like, and Superman can punch way harder than a rocket. So when Zod was when he took that moment, it was like, okay, let me calm all my senses. Let me do all this. And that just, I don't know. This is put into perspective that Zod was better than all those other Kryptonians.
So Zod is better than Superman because Superman took his whole life to understand and truly develop his powers.
So it takes 1 minute to.
No, it's not 1 minute. Here's the thing: we don't know how long the Kryptonians were in orbit. They could have been in orbit, exposed to the yellow sun for months.
It's not about being exposed to the yellow sun. That has nothing to do with it.
No, that's not what we're talking about.
What?
If
when you're on Earth,
hang on, no.
Hold on, time. Let's go.
I can punch with the power to break the entire Earth in half.
What?
I only take 20 minutes to gauge my power to know that I don't need to hit that hard. Do you realize that? Hang on. Do you realize that the fundamentals of children, which, by the way, it's very true, as you grow and as you develop and when you hit through puberty, you don't realize how strong you actually are.
Well, not even that.
Babies give mothers black eyes because they don't understand their strength.
Well, not even that. You were saying within 20 minutes.
I fact check you real quick.
Within.
I like how the fact check went right there and she immediately agreed and you were like, damn, that's true.
It's like, fuck.
Within 20 minutes, you're saying that he got used to Earth's gravity. Within 20 minutes, you're saying that he got used to hearing everything around him. Within 20 minutes, you're saying that he was seeing.
By the way, it wasn't even 20 minutes. It was like 5.
Whatever. Anyway, in return, he got used to seeing everything.
A day didn't even.
You got used to seeing.
Let's move on. Batman vs Superman.
Got it. So your movie was trash. Okay.
Okay, Batman vs Superman.
Time out.
Real quick. Real quick.
Let me make my piece.
Make your piece, bro.
Make your piece on trash.
I don't think.
Look, man.
I'm not saying that was the best movie ever made.
I got you. This is the movie. We're gonna crumple it up. We're gonna throw it away.
Yes, love.
Okay, so you take a pause. So, Batman vs Superman. The reason
Also
why
trash.
Batman vs Superman was one of the worst movies ever created because
Why'd they fight a Ninja Turtle? I still don't get it.
why they fought a Ninja Turtle? I'm still asking that. But anyway, was it Superman? Was Superman
They fought a
even?
Ninja Turtle.
Yes. Doomsday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Superman?
That pissed me off.
My question was Superman even in that movie? Because I think it was like Lois Lane in that show. I mean, she pretty much.
Wait, yeah.
Lois Lane.
No, wait, my bad. No, my bad. You know who was in there?
Who was in there?
What was her name? Oh my gosh. I want to say.
I swear to God, I could say Martha.
Martha. Yeah, Martha.
You brought it up.
That's who was in there.
The whole
Because
reconciling.
hold up. No, because you know what?
That name was dumb.
Yeah, because right.
You betrayed
I agree.
Batman.
The movie was trash.
You betrayed Batman. You betrayed Superman.
Yeah.
Lois Lane knew everything about Superman. How he was born, his mom and dad, and then when.
Which, don't get me wrong, at that point in time, she actually is supposed to know all the stuff that she knows.
Yeah, so like she's supposed to know this.
She's supposed to know all.
They invest that relationship real fast. It was like, oh, I think I like you. Okay.
No, but like the thing that really counts.
If you're walking her out, he got a key to her place. If that is just her place.
And a major flaw.
What's up?
Alright, and we didn't even talk about how they betrayed Batman because they act like Batman wouldn't have figured it out. And we didn't talk about how bad Lex Luthor was in that movie, betrayal of the worst.
Dude, Lex Luthor is like literally one of the greatest villains of all time.
But here,
Lex Luthor do you like? Cause I like.
Lex Luthor from Smallville or Black Lex Luthor, where they made the transition to an accomplice.
Yes.
Anyway, here we go. So biggest flaw.
This is so
So Superman died, right? But he should
have.
But he was buried in Clark Kent's casket. So everybody knows who Superman is.
Yep.
No, Clark Kent went missing.
No. The casket at the very end, the funeral was not for Superman. The funeral was for Clark.
They had 2 different funerals.
Yes.
Correct. But the
one
body
was for Superman.
Right, but the body was buried in Clark Kent's casket. They show the body in the casket. They show the body in the casket. And the casket is cheap. The body...
The casket's cheap?
The casket's cheap. The body was buried in Clark Kent's grave. He was not buried like in the comic books where they take his body and they bury it in the Superman Memorial.
The monument.
Correct.
Yeah.
They buried it in Clark Kent. And so when he...
So everybody should know who Superman is.
Hold up. Time out.
Everybody knows.
I understand y'all think the DCE
Hang on, let me.
No, I didn't say the DCE.
Let me. No, they had. Look, man. No.
They had great. I can tell you great movies.
Wait. Pause. You know what? I will say no. I will say the DCU is garbage. And you know why I will say the DCU is garbage? Is because they don't make any sense. The thing is, they came out with a success, which was Wonder Woman, which was great. Then they came out with Justice League, which, okay, to me it was still successful because it was the first time they put them all together on screen. You have to remember Avengers. It was pretty cool. Avengers is 8 years ahead of them. Yeah. Let Avengers be 8 years ahead of them. Let them focus on what they need to do. They did not do that. They dropped the ball. Hang on. And it's proof that they dropped the ball because they did not renew people's contracts during the filming of Justice League. Well, if they had approached them with contracts during Justice League, everyone would have re-signed. I can guarantee you because that's exactly what Disney did on the set of Avengers and got everyone to re-sign. And right after that movie, there was discords talking about how people didn't want to play those characters.
Second, the problem with DC is when it comes to movies, they don't stay true to what they're good at. They try to be like Marvel. What's the difference between DC and Marvel? I can tell you right now.
DC is dark.
No, Marvel. People love Marvel for the characters. There's tons of characters that people can relate to. No matter what you're going through.
Hold on, we're gonna get the Marvel. I just want to.
Don't cut him off. Shut up.
No, we're gonna get the Marvel.
Nah, shut up.
What's your opinion on Aquaman's trailer? And did you actually enjoy Wonder Woman?
What? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip over both of those. In order to answer your question, I'm gonna go ahead and say, look, what DC's always been great at. The reason why I'm gonna pick up a DC comic versus a Marvel comic, and which I do sometimes, is and same reason why people still talk about to this day how great DC Rebirth was. Because DC tells Marvel has great characters. They good. But DC tells great stories, and they got away from that. In their movies, you're not what's the story? When your story has full of holes and flaws, when your actual characters have no development, have no type of motivation, and they're betrayed of their own character, how's that a great story? When you do that,
you literally took Superman, who literally, I'm not gonna lie, pretty much OP. But you've taken his OP and you've made it into a weakness for himself to function in daily society. You show the struggle that a man with so much strength, so much power, feels he lives in an entire world
of cardboard.
That is profound. That is power in statements.
To answer your other question,
transforms an entire character's, how you look at an entire character in one sentence. That is what DC has.
To answer your other question, the reason why I like
DC has plot armor.
The reason why I like Wonder Woman is because Wonder Woman was getting back to what they're good at. Wonder Woman, told me the story of Wonder Woman. Not what we know.
She's bad and she's bad. That's what it is.
No, it was pretty much the love story. How one she got the love. She was at Amazon. She didn't know she was part of this whole destiny or whatever. Then she fell in love with humanity or whatever. She thought humans and man, the world of man was full of terrors and they were messing up everything. And she fell in love with man, and she felt that they were worth protecting.
Side note.
Not only that, Aquaman. The reason why I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong. He looks badass. I know ladies think he looks badass. But the reason why I'm excited for it, because the story, the plot that they're going with,
the actual origin
is going with the actual origin of Aquaman. And the only Aquaman that got me pumped like that is what, Corey? Oh, my bad. What's Sebastian?
The one without the arm, bro.
The one without the arm.
I didn't even say that.
That's because that Aquaman is awesome.
He sacrificed his hand to save his child.
But his origin story doesn't go along the same lines as this one. But I'm hoping they combine the two, because those are the two most popular Aquaman. Because one, the starting story. The only person from New 52 that got better was Aquaman. Don't get me wrong, they just kind of fell apart and ruined it because they started doing this whole injustice thing where he starts cheating on his wife and all this other kind of stuff.
That was Flashpoint.
No, I know, but it's still
that's the result of Flashpoint caused New 52.
Correct.
I know, but let's go ahead.
The origin story was nice.
Let's go ahead and move on to the Marvel side of things. I know Trent got some pretty heavy.
What?
You got some thoughts on Marvel.
How early do you have to wake up tomorrow?
I'm fine.
Well, this will be our last stop. What's up?
So,
Trent's like, I don't care about this.
Let me ask you all this. What do you think about Black Panther?
I mean,
not as a black person, but as.
Why does he have to be about
I was just kidding.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
What'd you think?
You know what? That was a female dog comment.
What'd you think?
Yes, it was a female dog comment.
Yeah.
Lost turn.
Cam. Okay, what I thought about Black Panther. Black Panther was a nice adaptation of Black Panther. The reason why I would say that is because for so long we've been looking for Black Panther in all of Marvel content. We knew that they hinted towards what they stop.
You don't have your time, son.
You hinted toward you. First of all, you cannot have these entities without Black Panther. You can't have Captain America's shield without Black Panther, because we all know vibranium gets it from Wakanda. No, because at the end of the day, they get it from his father. At the end of the day, all these things were developed, with vibranium technology, with Wakanda technology. So don't get me wrong, like Ultron again, another example. So don't get me wrong, I was checking for it as a fan, as somebody that knows the comics or whatever. That's fine, but I appreciate how Marvel being so great at getting you to fall in love with the characters, they took time to say, okay, I know we told the story this way, but we're going to change it up and actually make you fall in love with this character all again. I felt the only thing that I wanted to see more of, which maybe I'll see in the next one, is I want to see not just how T'Challa is, has the will or whatever, but I want to see that genius level intellect of T'Challa. Which I don't understand, the focus was on Shuri, how smart she is. And don't get me wrong, Shuri is very smart. But I just want to see more of the strategic strategist of T'Challa.
Look, all I'm going to say is this. They didn't necessarily have to introduce Black Panther for quite some time, because even in the comics they don't introduce Black Panther for quite some time.
After where you are?
No, I know. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, they could have introduced him at any I'm saying they could have even waited and introduced him later. Am I happy that they introduced him now in the way that they introduced him? Yes.
In the time that they used him.
And I like don't get me wrong, I like the timing, I like everything. And the main reason why I say that is because they have all of the wars going on.
The only reason why I'll be on his side is because what you're missing? Fantastic Four.
Correct. That is, and they, to me, actually are more paramount than Black Panther in their introduction.
We're gonna circle back. Let's hear it. Let's Black Panther.
What I think about the movie?
What you think about the movie and the characters as a whole?
I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I enjoyed the movie for what it was. For details. I don't know. I wasn't really prepared to think about it.
All right, we're gonna do two more things. One, go through 3 characters. Then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about Infinity War Part 1. So 3 characters. Just quick things. Thor for 1. Captain America.
What are you talking about? What are these 3 characters for?
I just want to know your thoughts on how they were portrayed leading up to Infinity War. Not in Infinity War.
Okay.
Leading up to Infinity War. Thor for 1.
Okay.
Captain America.
Okay.
Iron Man.
Okay.
Go.
What?
Then listen. Go.
Right. Here we go. Captain America. Great. The only thing that you could have done more is start the transition of him being, taking care of S.H.I.E.L.D., but maybe we'll see that in Division 4.
Okay.
It was great. As far as Thor, I felt like it started off slow with Thor 1, but then they picked it up. I love Thor 2. I love Thor. What? You didn't like Thor 2?
Thor 2 is trash.
That hurt. That comment hurt.
I don't get wrong. I want more?
Thor 1 was acceptable. Thor 2 was garbage.
Dark World?
Yeah, alright.
Garbage.
What happens in it?
A lot.
Like what?
People die.
No.
Be
specific.
Be specific. I want you to be specific because I want to make sure you got the right
The mom died?
Wait, right?
No, wait. You talking about Chuck? Chuck dies because Chuck comes in. Yeah, all his people die. No, you know what I'm talking about? Wait,
that's
which one
not that
about?
one either. That was Thor Ragnarok, bro. That's what I wanted you to talk
about.
Wait.
Which one?
The one that you're talking about with the dark. That's the one with the dark elf.
Yeah, it comes in and kills them all.
No, it's the dark elf, bro.
Yeah, it kills them all.
Where Thor gets tossed around for a good amount of time?
Yeah, and then kills them all. He comes into Asgard and kills them all.
He might have killed the mom, but Thor got his ass beat throughout that entire movie. Thor's mom.
No, Thor's mom is...
No, Thor's mom died. She did. And killed... And The only thing.
Wait, so you know what movie you're talking about? You still think it's a good movie?
I thought it was. I think it was an improvement of the first one. The reason why the first one was very slow.
The first one was slow, but it was acceptable. The second one was complete another garbage.
Why was it?
That was funny.
Okay. To me, the only
No.
I think for whatever. As far as who did the best, Captain America was so far has been the best portrayal and the best movies because it was every movie got better and better and better. As far as like you start off slow, but you have to tell the story, and then it was action, and not just pointless action. It was action. He was standing up not just for what they told him to do, but for what he believed in.
Cool.
Iron Man. Real quick. You had tons of development of Iron Man, and I like the direction that he became more than just that piece of armor. Only thing that I wanted to see at this point is where he is in the comic books, Secretary of Defense, and doing all this other stuff.
Trent, go. Thor, Captain, the Man of Iron. What are your thoughts of him leading into Infinity War?
My thoughts of them?
Leading into Infinity War?
Leading into Infinity War.
Which films in particular? Like, you
all their films
topics.
All their films leading up to Infinity War.
Like, that's a lot of shit I'm not thinking about right now.
What are you thinking about right now? I just gotta know that.
You're thinking about Burger, aren't you?
Alright.
He wants to go home.
He wants to sleep.
You call me an Uber yet?
I mean, like, what?
Alright, so my thoughts are.
He's hoping you take him home.
That's far. You live.
Actually, you live on the way.
You live like real close to him.
Can we finish the comment?
My thoughts. Pretty good. Excellent.
Oh, really?
Wish there was a movie in between.
I just wish.
Between Civil War and.
But before Civil War, I wish there was a movie for Iron Man. I wish there was an Iron Man 4.
I wish.
I think he needed an Iron Man 4. And the reason why is because you have this huge divide in Civil War. Easily. Like a huge divide. But no one understands the decision and the structure that he had to make and the pressure he was put under right before. He was put under immense amount of pressure. And a lot of people would have went to jail if he didn't do what he did. And he even struggled with the decision that he felt betrayed Captain America.
I'm just gonna end there with my notes so that we don't have time to talk about it.
We got one more topic.
No, I'm just going real quick.
You keep adding.
Very disrespectful. They were disrespectful to the Hulk, darn it. I would defend that to my life.
That brings us to our last topic of the night, Infinity War.
Infinity War.
What do you think about Infinity War, bro?
I mean, like, you gotta name something specific. I ain't gonna.
Okay, man. Look, I'm just gonna say it like this. It was a good movie. I'm not saying it wasn't a good movie, but here's my problem with it. My problem with it is mainly this. Bro, if Iron Man had chilled the frick out and just called Cap, like was suggested 17 million different times, they would have all come together, put in work, stopped them, it would have been okay.
But things don't happen always like how you
I'm aware.
I like
but
the movie.
The thing was, it literally showed again that they just don't grow the Iron Man character, man. And
no, they do. You just don't.
He grows intellectually, but he doesn't grow in like a partnership.
He does grow in a partnership, but not with. He's still working on a partnership with Captain America.
They have like 3 Avengers movies, and we still don't have the concrete leader of the Avengers.
You do have a concrete leader of the Avengers. The leader of the Avengers is Captain America at this point. It's not Iron Man.
Then Iron Man just needs to follow.
Go. Get him.
I mean, there's no exact leader right now. They're half dead.
Okay, but
also, Spider-Man, you don't get 15 minutes to die, bro. You don't get 15 minutes to die.
So hold up. There were speculations.
No, there's speculations.
If you say anything about the Spidey sense,
that's where I was going.
It makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. It makes 0 sense.
It makes 0 sense.
T'Challa has heightened reflexes and also abilities that come close to the Spidey sense. He was gone in 5 seconds.
Warren's still my bullshit. Second, if the spider sense was gonna activate, it would have been fucking activated before everybody started
disappearing.
I feel something wrong.
Exactly, and they're all gone, just gone. Taking them forever. Oh yeah, the reason why he had so long is because he had the spiders. No, that's something they just agreed on to shut people up.
Look,
Yeah,
here we go.
Stop taking everything as fact when it's clearly fiction. Like, that's not just in comic books. That's not just in producers. That's in things in life.
That's what I'm saying.
Question people who tell you answers. That is
how
you grow, develop.
Is that I love the movie. I like the fact that Marvel took a chance to not show the movie that we wanted to see, but show the movie that that they wanted to show in its full talk. You actually got to see how powerful Thanos was in his hope with the gauntlet and everything. Not only that, the only problem I have with the movie is you still fucked over my hope, and I hope that he gets better with Avengers 4. And
he was a little female dog in this one.
The whole thing is, at this point in time, where you took him to Hulk, World War Hulk already, because he was on Planet Hulk or whatever, which we're acting like that didn't happen. Then at that point, Hulk is
happened to Ragnarok, bro.
Exactly. At that point, when you show me that Hulk, that means totally different things. You cannot go back. At that point, Hulk is at his primal. He is Banner and freaking Hulk at the same time, full smartness, the strongest Hulk will ever be. And you're trying to say at that point, when he's fully connected with Bruce, that he gets beat?
He wasn't connected with Bruce.
No, he wasn't at that time.
That's why I say they went back. They went back.
No,
they went back.
No, they didn't go back.
And they went, but in Ragnarok, and yes, in Ragnarok,
in Ragnarok they weren't connected.
They wasn't connected. But the whole thing is, by him leaving Avengers, by him getting into outer space and whatever, that was supposed to happen. That development of Hulk was supposed to happen.
I'm surprised you ain't even bring this up.
What's up?
They talking about Hulk. All I got is one question. Since day one, you introduced Hulk, but you know what you never brought up?
What?
Don't need that. Stop.
Never brought up Betty.
Don't need to.
Not once.
Don't need to.
Not once at all.
They don't need to.
Where's she at?
Don't need to.
How the who?
Don't need to.
Who the who?
Don't need to.
Betty,
one, Betty dies early. Two,
Betty dies early.
Yes,
right.
Betty dies early.
We done.